on the cover. There you go. There's the hitch, and Duron Carter is a good guy to get it into the hands of, and Carter has 12, a first down at midfield.
I think that's exactly what Jeff Garcia said in between the quarters there. Jonathan Crompton, you know what we're going to do? We're going to start play calling a little bit differently to help you get things going. How about a hitch screen out there to Duron Carter just to get started? Throw it 10 yards, let him go and pick it up with his legs yards after the catch.
Crompton's having trouble getting the play calls. Helmet issues here. Get the play off, and Brandon Whitaker into Edmonton territory down to the 49-yard line, and we'll call it 5, 2nd and 5.
Yeah, clearly right now Jonathan Crompton is having problems with his headset and his helmet. He's trying to get the calls, he can't get them in, so they're trying to call in the offensive plays to him. He's not getting them, so they're trying to signal it now and get him. He's going to be a little late coming out of the huddle.
2nd and 5 in the hands of Whitaker. Following that wall, he's got another first down. Dropped at the 41, but Brandon Whitaker 2nd in the league behind Nick Grigsby with back-to-back carries and a first down.
This is exactly that ball control we talked about at the break. A little run play underneath to Brandon Whitaker. He does follow a wall. That's basically what the O-line, S.J. Green helping out, chipping in with some blocks. Drive started with Duron Carter, hitch screen to the outside.
Now Whitaker lines up as a wideout. They empty it out. 6 receivers, short drop Crompton, and pressure coming. Takes a hit, gets it away, incomplete. And a flag down as Crompton got drilled in the act of throwing the football. But it's going to be holding against Montreal.
Holding, Montreal number 59. 10-yard penalty, repeat first down.
Two-time All-CFL left tackle Josh Burke.
It was Odell Willis hit on Jonathan Crompton here. It was real close. It was borderline. I mean, he lowers his head and hits with the crown of his helmet. No flag on that late hit. The flag was on holding. A holding call on the O-line, but Odell Willis got to be careful with that. As soon as you duck your chin like that, hit with the crown of your helmet, you're going to be called for roughing the passer.
Eskimos take the penalty. First down over. 1st and 20. Quarterback draw. And Crompton just a few on the play as Odell Willis got him around the ankles and limits the gain to about 3.
Odell Willis trying to get back in that sack race. I mean, he sits at 7. Oh, if this is going to count as a sack. Cuts under. Does he get across the line of scrimmage? I think Crompton, yeah, 3 yards across the line of scrimmage, so it doesn't count as a sack. He hasn't had one in a couple of games.
No. But he's had a solid year.
Oh,
he's been impressive.
Better than the last couple for sure, no question.
2nd and 17. Crompton stands in. S.J. Green the catch. Down at the 32-yard line. He's going to be short of the first down, but a 15-yard pickup and field goal range for the Alouettes, unless Tom Higgins wants a little more.
Well, let's just show you, first of all, the arm strength of Jonathan Crompton. And when I asked Tom Higgins about what he does well, he said he's got a cannon. I mean, the guy can throw the football hard, and that was that throw. S.J. Green going back behind him makes a spectacular catch, and what will Tom Higgins do? He's bringing out the field goal team.
S.J. Green's been more effective of late with Crompton. 12th catch in just over 3 games. Green with Crompton delivering the football. So here's Sean White from 40 yards out, looking to get Montreal on the scoreboard, and White has got it.
39-yard field goal.
Alouettes on the board. Darius Bowman, the leading receiver in the league, getting ready to go back to work. More from Sarah on Bowman when we come back. He's the leading receiver in the Canadian Football League in just about every category down the list. Darius Bowman, a dominant year with more. Here's Sarah.
Well, Chris, there was never denying or questioning the athletic talent of Darius Bowman, but he hadn't been able to put it all together in his CFL career so far. That has changed this season. He said one of the biggest differences for him is mentally. Since he came back from his knee injury, which kept him out until week 11 of last season, he said that mentally it changed him. He's much more focused than he was before, and he admits that's something that wasn't always the case. Also, he feels that he's showing up consistently. And he will tell you, making no mistake about it, that he feels he is the best receiver in the CFL.
7 years in, he is.
Just ask him. Hey, and you know
No
what?
argument.
No, and that's a good thing. I mean, one of the best receivers in the game's history sits on our panel, and he felt the same every year about who was the best receiver in the league. And you can just ask Milt Stegall about that. And that's a good thing when you're a receiver. You want to have that kind of confidence. Darius Bowman has it. He leads in yards, he leads in catches, touchdown catches, he leads in 100-yard games with 4, and he's second in yards after the catch. I mean, he's dominating in the category. I asked Fred Stamps about him yesterday. He said, I'll tell you what his best attribute is. He's a great teammate.
That is the best attribute. Hand off inside, and it's Tyler Thomas, second level, up to the 48-yard line. Marc-Olivier Bouillet, the safety, has to drag him down.
Maybe one of the biggest improvements for the Edmonton Eskimos this year, and one we haven't talked about much throughout the season, is the offensive line from last year to this year just continues to get better. And Simeon Rotier, who had a tough year last year, opened up a nice hole there.
Little play action fake, and on a roll, Riley gets it back in Bowman's hands.
That is, Chris, as a football player, what you want to hear more than anything. When someone asks a teammate, tell me about a Darius Bowman, Fred Stamps says, I'll tell you what, Bowman is a great teammate. Comes to work, hangs out, keeps the guys loose. You want to hear that.
2nd and 3, run inside, and it's going to be close to the first down for Kendall Lawrence.
Now I said to Fred Stamps, okay, how do you feel coming back off the injured list a couple of weeks ago? Played last week against Calgary. He said he actually hurt himself in game 2 against the Hamilton Ticats. Tried to play a couple of games hurt and just couldn't get separation. And Chris Jones finally said, look, sit down, get it right, and then when you get back, you get back to where you were. And Fred Stamps, in his 2nd game back from injury, he's going to be a nice compliment to a Darius Bowman.
And we mentioned a little bit in the first quarter, when you've got Bowman and Stamps, it just made A.J. Guyton more effective last week, his first 100-yard game. You saw the measurement, 3rd down, less than a yard. Pat White and the short yardage team back in. First time they got the first down, but not convincingly. Here's the surge, nothing there. I'm not sure.
There's a penalty.
There is a flag down. I think Montreal jumped the gun, which may be why there was no surge. Looked like the interior of that defensive line jumped the snap.
Offside, Montreal. 5-yard penalty, first down.
In the interior of the defensive line, you'll see a hand flash into that neutral zone.
There we go. Paxson.
Yeah, it's like Scott Paxson. Tried to anticipate the snap count, missed it by a half second.
45.
So a first down at the 47. It's going to be back-to-back offsides. A free play for Riley. Catch is made by Guyton, and a short gain stopped from Gerald Brown, but they'll take the 5 and make it 1st and 5.
They'll take the penalty, 1st and 5, and Mike Riley will open up the playbook in a big way. Lots of options when you're first down.
Montreal number 7. 5-yard penalty. Repeat first down.
Couple penalties for the 9-year vet John Bowman.
John Bowman plays first and 5 for the Eskimos at 42.
Opens up the options for Riley and makes Noel Thorpe's job a little tougher. From the 42, it's Lawrence straight ahead, and he carries tacklers for a first down.
And Lawrence, number 32, the ball carrier, gets a little push from 65.
This play more effective with Mike Riley in the lineup than Matt Nichols. You take a look at Riley and the threat that he poses. As a rusher, you got to stay wide with the quarterback, and this is where our camera's going to stay with you on this replay. Riding the side, you have to, as an end, you have to take Riley. So that widens a little bit and opens up more run lanes for Kendall Lawrence and Tyler Thomas.
Double tight end formation, 3 receivers to this near side on first down. Riley looking that way, but goes over the middle, complete. Calvin McCarty the catch. Brought down by the middle linebacker Bear Woods after 5.
You know, I talked to Chris Jones yesterday about the running game. Last couple of games been below 100. For a 3-game stretch there, they were almost at 200 yards rushing per game, and then versus Calgary back-to-back. He said 2 things. 1, we're playing against a good team. The Calgary Stampeders are a great defense. But 2, we've got to be better at that. I think Riley's going to help. If he pushes the edges, we should open up some run lanes in the middle.
Eskimos 5-0 when rushing for 100 or more in a game. 2nd and 5. Pass is caught, and Bowman's got the first down. Venable on his back made the stop, but you saw Bowman reach. Sure, he had a fresh set of downs.
Now you want to talk about confidence. Darius Bowman has confidence, because if you're a receiver that's lacking in confidence, you're not going to hold the ball away from your body here and reach over for the first down with it like that.
So the 9th play of the drive. First down, Edmonton. Riley, lots of time. And the pass broken up. Knocked down by the veteran Jeff Tisdale on the corner. Intercepted Riley back in July, and Mike made mention of that quarterbacks never forget.
They don't forget, do they? And Tisdale runs this route nicely with the Darius Bowman. Bowman tried a couple of moves to try and shake him, a little post move there. Then he tried to go to the corner and come back to it on the out, and Jeff Tisdale stayed right with him. And yeah, Mike Riley, they remember the guys who get him. He said, yeah, Tisdale got me last time.
Alouettes with only 5 interceptions this year. There's been a lot of drops in the secondary. Flag flies, and they'll halt play here. And good to hear the persistent whistle to stop play.
Yeah.
I think that was more than a little issue on Sunday in Winnipeg.
That conversation we had with Riley, I said, tell me what you're most concerned with, or what you're looking at, maybe game planning for.
Procedure.
When you talk about
Edmonton number 54. 5-yard penalty. Repeat 2nd down.
Selfish keepers, the left tackle.
I'm talking about guys on the other side of the ball, the Montreal defense that you're trying to game plan against. He started with Chip Cox. He said, this guy is a playmaker. I always, when I break the huddle, I look for where number 11 is lined up. And then he said, yeah, and then Jeff Tisdale got me last time we played. He's a good corner on the outside. I got to be precise in my throws.
A lot of teams trying to operate away from Chip Cox this year. Pressure on. Riley took the hit, and Lawrence is upended. That's Venable with a good tackle to limit the damage.
Welcome back to game action, Mike Riley. He's taken some because he's run the ball and taken the hit rather than hook sliding or running out of bounds. And he's also taken some big hits after he's thrown it. One was a penalty called on John Bowman. This one not, as he goes right over Riley again.
So Hugh O'Neill, who's hit from 40, sizes up a 36-yard attempt. And he's missed it. And it will be a single. So O'Neill 1 for 2. It's a 6-3 Edmonton lead. second quarter against Winnipeg, he has got this offense moving for the past few weeks, and you can see by the stats, all the categories have improved with him at quarterback, but yet just 42 so far in the first half tonight. Brandon Whitaker off the right side up to the 41-yard line, 42. Let's give him 7.
Well, when I talked to Tom Higgins about Jonathan Crompton yesterday, he wanted to remind everyone this guy's young. I mean, this is a guy in his third start. Last week against Hamilton had just 51 yards of offense in the first half, came back in the second and got his passing yards up over 200. And Tom Higgins said to me, he's not coming out unless he gets hurt. We're going to ride this guy. Tanner Marsh is going to be in behind with Alex Brink.
There's Whitaker, and Aaron Grimes denies the first down. Whitaker, an extra lateral move, and Grimes brings him down after a gain of 1 and another 2 and out for the Montreal offense.
Well, I like the play call. You know, I like the play call from Montreal. I mean, when you got Brandon Whitaker in your backfield and it's second and short, go ahead and trust that he's going to go get it behind a good offensive line, but Aaron Grimes makes a play.
Third and about 1.5 yards, and without hesitation, punt team comes on. Good boot by White. Kendall Lawrence back at his 15. Brandon London was down. He was blocked, and away goes Lawrence. Up across midfield, and still going, and finally dropped at the 44-yard line. Kendall Lawrence with another big Edmonton return. And great field position for the Eskimos when we come back. "51 yards on the punt return for Kendall Lawrence."
Alonzo Lawrence going to get the first block on Brandon London here, right at the point of attack. Nice block there. That gets him outside. Now you're going to see a huge one from Dexter McCoyle. Hold on. Here he comes.
Look out.
And it is the D-cleater.
Jeff Finley, the rookie from Guelph, just got initiated in the Canadian Football League.
Yes, sir. Wow. He got up, walked to the sideline. Good for him.
Riley throws the out. Bowman with the drop. Heard footsteps from Jim.
A D-cleater, folks, is when you get hit so hard, the bottom of your cleats are pointing straight up in the air, and Dexter McCoyle, he comes down here on Jeff Finley. Clean block in the front. Biggie to spring Lawrence outside.
It's one of the bigger ones of the year. Wow. That smudged the paint.
Knocked the war paint right off.
2nd and 10, and the pass is caught. It'll be close to a first down. E.J. Guyton with Chip Cox tracking him. 9, and it's going to be 3rd and 1 yard. And Chris Jones has a decision.
Riley going into a little up-tempo offense here.
Guyton's left arm hanging a bit. They keep Riley in, and they're just going to line up and go. And he gets the surge. There is a flag.
And he lost the ball as well.
And now another flag comes down as things heat up. It's been getting nasty down there. Gabriel Napton and Simeon Rotier have had something going for a series or two. And Napton pointing at somebody in that Eskimo huddle.